Today on the podcast, we got Mr. Nate Forse.
Hey.
Clap,
Yo,
clap,
yo,
clap,
yo.
clap. Golf
we
clap.
need to get the sound.
Yeah, like a soundboard.
Sound
Like
art.
the cheering in the
Soundboard.
back,
There
like,
you go. Yeah. And then we can just be like, boo. Fart noises and stuff.
You're like the old
yeah.
school radio broadcast. It's got like the gong around him and
Right.
all like little clappers
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Tim, you can get in that.
I like it.
I'd do that.
You could be the official sound
Yeah.
engineer.
That'd be a really cool
Nice.
set. Just saying for
That
the
would be.
future.
right.
We can
Yeah.
easily do that.
But and you can make that your title too. Then
Sound engineer.
Yeah.
Expert.
official sound engineer. Yeah.
Yep.
Be like old school with the new school, you know?
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Nate's here. Recently moved from Chicago.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate
Yes,
it.
of course.
Appreciate it.
We were talking about this earlier. So talk to us a little bit about why you moved. One, I know you told us the story, however, but like, so people who are listening,
Yep.
your story on why you came out here, how it happened, all that jazz.
Yeah. So my dream was to play in the NFL, and I pursued that for basically 5 years after college. Was out of football for a year and coached girls basketball and sold cars and hated that so bad. I said, I need to play football again. So
Yeah.
went and played for $200 a week in the Arena Football League. We got a $50
You only
win
made
bonus.
$200 a week.
$200 a week.
I
But
thought there was
everything was paid
more.
for. Like they gave you your apartment and they gave you food, which was really more like a coupon to McDonald's. But I was in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and they loved their football up there, so I
Sure.
felt like an absolute rock star. And we didn't pay for anything. Like we'd go out for drinks, and it was just like, hey,
Really?
shots on us, boom.
Yeah.
That's
So,
crazy.
Yeah,
I didn't know you made that little in the Arena Football
It's
League.
crazy, dude. But I mean, it's $200 in your pocket. So if you think about it, like you're not paying rent, like you pay for gas.
Are
and
you guys
food.
in like dorm style places?
No,
or
it'd be like
or they just cover
apartments.
it?
Yeah. So it'd be like a decent apartment too.
Uh-huh.
So it wasn't that bad. But yeah, it was just an opportunity to play football, pursue my dream. And I was like, I got to give it one more year because this
Yeah.
is like the D7 of football. So I was like, if I don't crush it here, I'm done.
Yeah.
So did that, worked my way up, played for 5 years all around the country, ultimately got to Chicago, and I was playing football there. Ended up joining my good friend's online nutrition business. He was crushing it in the network marketing. And I was like, let me do this because I was selling insurance and I just hated that game. I was just like, I'm done with this. So
Yeah.
decided to do that on a Monday. That Wednesday, I got cut from the team. And I'd never been cut before. I went from being like one of the stars in the league to
Yeah.
a couple injuries. I was just a dude. I was just kind of out there taking up space.
Yeah.
And that Wednesday, I got kicked out of my apartment. Or I got cut. That Thursday, I got kicked out of my apartment. That evening, my car broke down. And then I was walking around Chicago just venting to my girlfriend at the time.
Yeah.
And got attacked by a Rottweiler. So that was my first week in the city of Chicago. And I ended up working at a
Jesus.
restaurant. I had to fix my car, so I spent all the last of my money to do that.
Yeah.
So started working at a restaurant. I literally like washed the lady's windows one day for like $10. And that fed me.
Jesus.
So it's just like I know
Yeah.
that hustle of like coming from the bottom. Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Right?
But so did that, and then I just started training people on the weekend to make
Yeah.
extra cash.
And
And
you said you went to college for whatever.
yeah. I went and graduated in sports management, and then I got
Okay.
my master's in exercise science.
Okay, yeah.
But
yeah.
I never wanted to work for anybody. It was just kind of like,
Yeah.
I never could do the corporate thing. I've always been
That's
an
how we
entrepreneur,
are.
just didn't realize it, you know.
Yeah.
So I started training girls on the weekend, and I met my mentor at the time, and he said, "Dude, you have a business. You just need to treat it like one."
Yeah.
And that was like an eye-opening moment for me. I had an interview that afternoon, and I literally canceled my interview. And
For
I
a
love,
job?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I love the quote. Like it's a Tony Robbins quote. He says, "Your destiny is made in your moments of decision."
Okay.
So it's
yeah.
like that moment you make that decision, that's when your destiny's formed. And I canceled the interview, and I started training my mentor. He was like, "Dude, I need a trainer. Just why don't you train me?" So
Yeah.
built it up over 5 years, and over the past year and a half, kind of just felt a disconnect in Chicago. It was kind of like that chapter was closing. I didn't really know it,
Mhm.
and I didn't know it until I came out here, and I just loved the energy so much, and the vibe, and just the people, and the fact that you can, go surfing in the morning, go hiking in the afternoon, and have a great dinner at some awesome restaurant in the evening.
Yeah. How about you were in the car?
Yeah.
So we hung out this weekend, Nate and I. This is the first time we hung out since you came here. We met at an event in May. It's
Yeah.
only the second time I guess today's the third time
Yeah.
I ever hung out with you. But,
Third time's a charm.
Right? One of the girls on the trip was talking about her friends from Florida, and they went for a birthday, I don't know, last year or something. They went surfing in the morning, and they drove up to the mountains. They did snowboarding at night, and then came back for like Korean barbecue in Koreatown or something.
That's cool. Oh, that's a great Korean bar.
That's one hell of a day
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, like you can't do that anywhere else in the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think you can. Snow and surf.
Well, it was like where we went hiking. I was like, this was only half an hour from my house. Like, it would just blew my mind. Like normally you'd have to drive like 5-10 hours to get to something like that.
Sure.
And that's what people do. They come here from all over the
Yeah.
world. So I just wake up every day pinching myself that I actually live here.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, right?
Yeah,
Now you're on the
it's like-
beach. It's like we talked about earlier. It's October-ish, almost October. You're
Yeah.
from Chicago. We're from Cleveland. It's going to start getting cold, and it doesn't get
Dreary,
cold.
rainy.
Yeah,
and
we're good.
The
like-
mornings and nights will be a little chilly, and that's like it. We'll see a little bit of rain.
This isn't chilly.
No, this is
This
great.
is not
You're
Chicago
right.
chilly.
No, hell no.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like Chicago spring is like
Yeah.
what we get here.
It's like a
at
nice
worst.
day in Chicago is the worst
Yeah.
day here.
Yep.
Yeah. So now you're all online with the biz,
Yep.
and you said you just started doing that in June.
Officially, I officially
You
started
launched?
doing it in February. Didn't really
Oh,
fully
okay, yeah.
commit because I was still kind of dabbling in the online world or in the in-person world.
Yeah.
And it was officially in July that I said, I'm launching this. I'm not
Yeah.
taking on any more personal training clients or any.
Oh.
And I started doing more group stuff and then really launching this.
When
so
you did that, did you know you were going to move out here?
I had the intention.
Yeah.
But I hadn't really like committed. I was telling people.
Yeah.
I was like, when I met you at that event, I was like, I got to move here. I got to move here. But it was still a nice idea. It's like you don't fully make a decision until it's on the calendar. Like
Yeah.
you've committed, you booked your ticket, you know, you've hired a mover, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like, and a lot of people just talk about stuff they don't actually ever commit.
Yeah,
So I was like, September 1st is my drop dead date. I'm gonna make it happen. And
Yeah.
it was I went to a Tony Robbins event. I always talk about Tony. We got the same birthday too. So
What is
but,
that?
February 29th.
Hey.
Leap year, baby.
Yeah, leap year.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You're talking about that this weekend.
But it was at that event he talked about that quote I just said, like your moments of decision shape your destiny.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh crap, like I got to really decide. And everyone I've heard who I respect and I, look up to always talks about California.
Yeah.
They had these massive breakthroughs. They met so-and-so and I was like, all right, I got to make it happen. And that's when I
Yeah.
truly committed. And that was in August.
In August, and
Yep,
then
Yep.
what? A month later?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess timed up nicely with the lease or what, at least being up and whatnot. Did you move? Did you drive out here?
No, I flew.
Did you?
So I found a 1-bedroom apartment literally 3 weeks before I was supposed to move.
Uh-huh.
And renting a truck alone was like $2,000. And
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, this is
Oh, yeah.
stupid. I'm
Not
going to
worth
take all
it.
this time going across the country.
Yeah.
Found a 1-bedroom that was furnished. I was like, well, I can sell all my crap and just move. And that's what I did. So it was
Damn.
actually worked out to be the cheapest way to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
So
Did you fly stuff out here like clothes and all that, or you just had like two
listen,
suitcases and rolled?
I got on the plane with 7 bags.
Oh,
They only charged me for one.
Really?
$75.
Wow.
Fly Southwest.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it
this
must
is a
be
shameless
Southwest.
plug for Southwest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can check 2, you carry 2 on with you, and they only charge me for 1 extra. You know?
Damn.
So I got very
There you go.
fortunate,
If
and
you're
then I
moving
shipped a
across
bunch
the
of stuff
country,
as well. So
Yeah.
just
Fly
throw it in.
Southwest.
So exactly,
Damn,
you got
that's big
leg
time.
room, you got peanuts.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're good to go.
Yeah, you're tall too. Like for us, there's some flights. So like you're on a flight and you're going across the country
Yeah,
and you're tight. It sucks.
yeah.
It's so bad.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not ideal.
Or like the headrest will be like way low, so like your
Yeah.
neck is at like a 90-degree
Yeah.
angle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The back of your head falls asleep or
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
like that.
What are you, 6'4"?
6'4".
Yeah, you're tall.
Yeah.
So you've come out here, you've got the online biz, and now when you started off the jump, you said you got 7 people.
Yep.
How did you get those 7 people?
Just organically through social media, Facebook, Instagram.
And the program's a 12-week program.
Yep.
Where
Yep.
What, like if I sign up for it, what am I getting out of that?
So you would get a daily check-in with me.
Okay.
You'd
What does
get-
that mean?
so
Email,
basically-
text, call?
Yeah, you're going to text me.
Okay.
You're going to check in with your nutrition, where that's at, because that's the biggest thing for people. 80% of transformation isn't about fitness. It's
Sure.
about actually what goes into your mind and in your body.
Yeah.
So that's what I realized. I had to really focus on that. I do 2 group coaching calls a week where I talk about different things that I think can add value to the people
Is
in
it
the
like
program.
a conference line you call, or
No,
you set something up with me and Tim
It's
personally?
with Zoom. Like, so
Okay.
we'll do it. I
Yeah.
got people all across the country, Chicago, out here.
Yeah.
Got some in Florida as well. And so we'll do that group conference, and that's how we create a community from that. So
Cool.
you'll get that. You'll get a custom workout as well. You'll get the nutrition plan, which tells you exactly what to eat each and every single day, what to shop for. And that's what people want. They need just, hey, do this.
Tell me what to do.
It's got to be simple.
Yeah.
Like I've had a lot of business coaches and stuff where it was like, there's the 12 steps. It's like 12 steps never works. Give me 2.
Yeah.
Give me 1.
Yeah.
Just
you
do
know?
it. Yeah.
Yeah. So you get that, and then it evolves as it goes. So it's on an individual basis of what the person needs.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cool. So you go from 7 to where you at now?
10
10 million.
16.
16. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's every 12 weeks. I don't know why that was
Yeah,
hard
so
for me to
people
say.
will go through the 12-week program.
Yeah.
When they graduate from that, they'll move on into the 12-month program. So
Okay.
the 12 weeks, it's like, here's your fish. Just do this. And in the 12-month program, it's actually teaching people how to do that. So
Cool.
like, I'll teach you how to create a workout program. So like, you don't need a trainer anymore. Like, you just then have that to just take you to the next level. I'll teach you how to, create the meal plan, all that other stuff, and really focus on the mindset things like trauma from the past, stuff like that. We'll really dive into that stuff because that's what truly holds people back. I mean, we're in the information age. Like, you can go on YouTube and get 10,000 videos on how to squat.
Yeah.
And that's the confusing thing for people is that they don't know what to trust and who to trust because everyone's out there. And then you get these companies in here who are pushing their products and things like that. And they spin the research to make it seem like this is really the best when it's really not. It's like the number one thing I tell people to do is, number one, follow results. Like, you're not going to take financial advice from some homeless guy, right? Like, if you got results in your life in something, you're probably doing something right.
Sure.
Like, not trust a chubby personal trainer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So do that, and it doesn't make sense. It's like, if this diet is telling you to do X, Y, Z, eat just fat. Well, why? You know, like, have people been doing that for hundreds and thousands of years? No.
Sure. But a lot of people probably don't even want to put in the time to figure that out, though.
Yeah, and that's what I kind of teach people to kind of think for themselves, because our school system teaches you how to just be a robot. If you think about it, like, go to school, get good grades, get a good job, raise your hand when you're supposed to use the bathroom,
learn how to memorize things.
Yeah, exactly. And just regurgitate it, but you don't actually, and people literally forget how to think.
Yeah.
And they definitely forget how to dream. And that's one of the things my program does. Like, my purpose, I want to empower high achievers to maximize their life by mastering their body. And when they do that, enable them to pursue what they're truly designed and destined to do. And most people forget that along the way.
Sure.
Yeah.
So when you, as far as business, so you started, I guess in February, what are we at? September, 6 months ago.
Yep.
How many, I'm sure you've had some things you've done. You're like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. That was stupid. Or you pivoted. Like, how many adjustments, things changed have you had to go through?
Daily.
Yeah.
But that's
it's probably, based on all your different clients and stuff too, and their wants, needs, and interests too. Yeah.
Sure. Well, I'm going through my program right now, like redoing it basically, and it was like, oh man, that sucks, and this is wrong, and like I can make this better here. But the cool thing is that you don't have to be perfect to help people, and that's one of the biggest things I had to get over. Like a lot of people battle perfectionism, and perfectionism is actually when you focus on the imperfections. For example, like when I was playing football, I'd catch 5 touchdowns, and then I'd think about the one pass I dropped, and I'd obsess about that.
Did you have a 5-touchdown game?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
In arena ball.
Oh, okay. That's
yeah. I didn't have...
72 to 63
the most I had,
score.
I had 4 at Cal.
Okay.
Yeah. So at D2.
Yeah.
But yeah, most people focus on the imperfections, and then they get more of that, because what you focus on expands.
Sure.
So it's like, if I'm not if I got to lose weight, I got to lose weight. Then you just focus on that and you stay stuck.
Yeah.
But if you focus on, I am enough, I am loved, I am great, like I love what I do, and focus on that bigger vision, then you get more of that. And it's kind of getting out of the forest, or getting out of the trees to see the forest,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, for us, we have to constantly adjust and change. And like, if you'd have told me what we're doing now, that we were 4 years ago that we'd be doing this, like, you're fucking crazy. Like, we had I guess 3 years ago, we still had a fitness app, right?
A year and a half ago we did.
Yeah, but we weren't doing shit with it for a year and a half. You were trying to sell some shit, but I was kind of off. I was on the edge.
We had it though.
Yeah.
It was around, but to totally change what we are to be in a marketing, media, video production world, we never would have thought. I never would have thought.
But if you hadn't launched the app, you wouldn't be where you're at today.
Definitely not.
Well, basically, that was like what we did for the app was our marketing for the app became our business. Because the idea was, let's share these trainer stories, let's share these athlete stories, draw them into the app, have them do their workouts, and then be a part of the community. And then we just started doing all these storytelling and video production, and started picking up. And then we worked with USA Today, and then all these brands wanted to work with us and integrate their product, and yada, yada, yada. So that's how it came about, really.
Yeah. And I think that's the biggest challenge for people is they never get started.
Yeah.
They always are in the planning phase, when actually it's like when you launch it, like they say, a year of trial and error is worth like 4 years of schooling. And I believe that 100%.
Definitely.
And then the shortcut to that trial and error is to hire a coach.
Sure.
Hire someone or be around someone who's doing what you want to do.
Yeah.
And that's the easiest way to shortcut that path.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've been there before. They know what works, what doesn't work.
Yeah.
Or even if they don't know exactly, they have a better idea than what you know.
Yeah. Or you can take that experience in one area and apply it to another area that applies directly to you.
Sure.
So, and that's the power of community. That's the power of being around other people.
Yeah.
And that's why I'll always invest in coaching the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a coach? I've never had a coach in anything besides football. Never.
Well, I think too, it's like we're wired for team, you know?
Sure.
Like we all crave community and connection.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of companies like ex-athletes, because you understand that.
Yep. And competition.
Exactly.
Yep.
But when you get out of that environment, for me, it was challenging because I'd always had people setting my goals for me. Like, hey, we want to win this many games. We're going to do it this way. And I was good at just showing up and performing. Like I'm going to give 100% every single day and I'm going to get better. And then moving into my business as an entrepreneur, it's like you got to set that for yourself. And I was challenged for a while by like setting goals that I actually believed in. Like, I want to make $1 million. Well, you haven't made 100K yet, so you don't even know what that looks like. So how do you create this process? So hiring a coach and being in a community of other people who are doing the same thing I'm doing has been one of the best experiences in my life.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it's I've just never looked for it, I guess.
Yeah, neither have I.
Not that there's any like, feelings either way on it necessarily.
Yeah, it's like you can't expect someone to do something you're not doing yourself. So if I expect someone to hire me and pay their hard-earned money to invest in me, and I'm not willing to do the same thing myself, I'm going to go. Like people are never going to do as much as you're doing. Never. So therefore, it's like if you're going, 20%. People in your business are going to be going 3%.
Sure.
Whereas if you're going 100%, people under you are going to be going 80% or 70 or 50. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why we also like failed, or not failed per se, but like did shit we didn't think we'd be doing for 3 years. Yeah. Or however longer than that probably. Because we had shit, we were like semi-successful with businesses and we did some good things and we got some traction on that fitness app. We had thousands of people, but it wasn't 1 million people, And then
when you have technology too, because we don't code ourselves, it's tough because you're relying on other people to do that stuff. And if you don't have, $1 million investments, things get, dicey. And that's why, we have full control over everything we do now.
That's awesome.
So, which is great.
I love it.
Even with the app, we had offered to buy the app before we had launched it.
Before we even launched.
Was that your goal to sell it?
No, and it was
down the line.
I'm sure that we didn't have like, hey, this is the hard thing we want to sell it for, but it was, I'm sure if it came around, it was a great opportunity. Yeah, but the guys came to us early. We hadn't even launched yet. They just liked the idea. They liked what we have done, and like we were doing the accelerator route.
Okay.
So we had applied to a handful of accelerators. We were like the top 25 or top 20 out of the Nike. Nike had an accelerator there.
Dude, I swear to you, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say the Dan Gilbert thing.
No, we got accepted in Dan Gilbert, who owns the Cleveland Cavs.
Yep.
We denied them. Actually, we would have moved back to Cleveland, and that was kind of part of it. And they also wanted like a bigger chunk of the business, which we didn't want to do either.
The Gilbert.
Yeah. And then so we applied to Nike. And are you familiar with the accelerator process with technology? And
is it like an incubator?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so they basically, they're all over the board, but some give you like $20,000 and they put you through like a 12-week program and you have access to like all their mentors and all these people. Well, Nike was doing something similar where it was, 12-week program or whatever it was. I think they gave you $100,000 and then they wanted like 5 or 7% equity, and then you're in the Nike ecosystem.
Yeah.
So we made the top 20 out of everyone in the world who applied for that. So that was another thing that they liked, and they basically saw us going up, and they said, let's just try to buy them before they do anything.
Yeah.
And we didn't like it.
So that wasn't Nike that said that was a different company.
Right.
That did that. Where they were in like Idaho or something random, right?
No, they're here.
Oh, they're here?
Yeah, I met with. Remember they played good cop, bad cop, and I didn't like that. They invited me to their mansion up in the hills and stuff, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah. They were going to give us some money and then put us on salary. And I'm like,
yeah. But then we lose all control.
So that Nike thing. Tell that story to me. How we went to Nike. So you were in charge of all that shit.
So they were having, they had just announced Nike's going to have this accelerator as part of Techstars, and Techstars is like one of the big accelerator type companies, and they're partnered with Nike.
Did they have a Nike Fitness app then? I don't think they did. Did they?
They got the NTC app now.
Yeah, but this is before that for sure.
Okay,
they were using, I think,
6-7 years ago,
Apple's
maybe.
technology or something like that.
Okay.
It was something with an Apple Nike quantified self type thing, and that was their whole idea. And we were going to integrate with all like the quantified self, so we could track athletes' workouts and integrate them in our profiles, yada yada. So they basically announced that in a couple of different cities, they were going to open it up to, I don't know, 50 people were going to allow to come in and basically pitch to Nike representatives.
Mm-hmm.
We were living in Charlotte. We found out that they were going to have one in New York, and it was going to be in a couple of days. And they sold out tickets right away. And I had emailed one of the guys, like the head of the whole program or whatever. And I was like, listen, like we had emailed in the past. Here's what we're doing. We're getting a lot of traction. I know you're out of tickets. We'll come from Charlotte tomorrow or whatever if you can open it up a few more. So they ended up opening it up, gave us 2 tickets. Mm-hmm. We looked at plane rides, and they were about $1,200. We said, fuck that.
Each, because it's 2 days out.
Yeah.
I don't know why it was. Maybe it was a year.
Yeah, maybe.
Expensive.
It's a hub.
It's expensive as hell. And so we're like, all right, fuck it. Let's just take a bus. So we took a bus, a 14-hour bus ride, $99 each way.
It was
hell.
Oh,
hell.
It was brutal because you don't. It's
and they're packed both ways.
Oh, and we did 3 or 4 different stops.
So whatever.
Like you stop in DC,
terrible.
you stop in whatever. I remember we weren't sitting together either, and I got on the first bus, and this lady opens a big smelly tuna sandwich and starts eating next to me.
This is like an overnight bus ride.
I took a bus home from Green Bay, Wisconsin. And my brother picked me up in Pittsburgh. Yeah. And he said, dude, you smell worse than I've ever smelled. It was just like sweaty and just like stinky. I remember stopping at like 3 a.m. and I was like stumbled out of the bus, like had to use the bathroom. It was just like, never again.
I remember, I don't know if you remember this. We were in Richmond. It wasn't DC, it was Richmond, Virginia. And same thing. It's like 2 or 3 in the morning, whatever. Yeah. And there was I think he was a homeless guy in there in a wheelchair, didn't have legs. And was drunk as shit. Yeah. And he remember him falling over and falling out of falling off his wheelchair. The like drink went everywhere. Something and no one knew what to do. I think he might still been passed out.
I don't fucking know.
And they've had to put him back in his chair.
Dan, huh?
Exactly. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But it was gross and grimy, and we went there.
Disgusting.
You were able to talk? I think
we did talk for 5 minutes.
I didn't say a word.
No,
I actually didn't even stand up. No, I didn't stand up. I was because we were in the first row, so you just stood up. It was very.
Did the pitch?
They kind of talked about what it was and what was going on, and then hey, if you guys want to come up and say something,
right?
It wasn't like a true official pitch. It was
right.
Give us your elevator pitch.
Right.
And so we did that, and then we had a meeting with the guy after.
A couple phone calls, yeah.
Well, no, we actually went into this room. Remember, we had to sit down.
That's right. Yeah.
Damn, I totally forgot about this whole thing.
Yeah.
It's an entrepreneur's journey. I love it.
Yeah.
These stories you'll tell like when you're like 80, like, remember when I was building my business?
Yeah.
I totally forgot about this.
Talk about it here because we probably won't remember half these anyways.
No, that was crazy. Because it really was. Tim was like, I think we should go to New York. And I was like, do we really need to? Like, dude, it's $2,000 to fly there. Like,
yeah.
I hear you, man.
Yeah, it's going to be worth it.
I'm going to start journaling a lot more because like Tim Ferriss, for example, like he wrote Tools of the Titans out of his journals. Like he took meticulous notes for like 18 years.
Yeah. And
like this whole journey of moving to LA, I was like, there was a lot of cool stuff that happened along the way that I'm like forgetting now.
Yeah.
I was like, I think I need to write this stuff down a little more.
Yeah, definitely.
Even if it's just like creating a voice memo on your phone and then send it out to someone and get it transcribed, you know?
Yeah. I've been thinking about doing that. I should do it.
Yeah.
I just think about it. Actually do it. I was telling Timmy in a similar context, I was watching I think it's called I Am Ali. It's a Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
Have you seen
great
that
movie? Yep.
Well, so he has from his these kids are like 3 and 5, and he has these old sound recordings of them. And they're like da, and it's so damn cute.
Yeah.
I guess now you have that with video and different stuff.
Thousands of videos.
That was like the 70s or something.
Yeah.
But just to like look back, you forget about all that shit.
Totally.
And even like we've had 3 businesses. Definitely. I mean, technically 3 different businesses and like the amount of things we've done and met with and shit we fucked up and shit we did well. I'm sure we forgot most of it.
I think that's the beauty of storytelling too. Like you can't tell your whole story. Like you got a 30-minute talk to do. It's like there's no way you can get everything in
No,
there.
hell no.
How do you get that message across to your audience that helps them,
but
also portrays your story and what you've been through in the shortest amount of time?
Yeah. How much storytelling do you do with like your clients? Because I'm sure a lot of people in fitness, I know we obviously come from fitness.
Yeah.
But a lot of people in fitness will say, oh, well, you're this college athlete. You've always been in great shape. I can't be like you, kind of thing.
Sure. So it's always about like my transformation story or the person trying to relate it to people. So for me, I was an athlete my whole life. So like I was that sweaty kid. So like working out's never been a challenge to me, but my transformation came a lot more from like, number one, mindset, getting over those limiting beliefs and things that hold you back. But also too, like even the process of like hiring a coach, like committing to that process and saying like, I actually need help with this. I'm not that good at this. And therefore I need someone to help me along this journey. So that's been my biggest journey because my results came like, I've always eaten healthy for the most part, even though it was like, healthy in high school was like smashing two plates of pasta.
Yeah.
It was whole wheat, right?
Yeah.
But I really committed to my own teaching and my own journey. I hired a personal trainer myself, did workouts for me, and that's when I truly got my results because I think there's 4 steps for people to change. Number one, they got to let go of their excuses. Like, I'll do this next year. I'll do this in 6 months. Or it's not that bad. Or I don't need help in this. So let go of those excuses. Number 2, hire a coach or a mentor. Find someone who's been there and done it. Number 3, follow a system. If it's written out for you, if it's succinct and if it's clear, you have something to follow that's gotten results for other people. And then find accountability and community. And that's the secret sauce that keeps people going.
How do you do that?
So I do that in my program through events, but also the private Facebook page and also just trying to foster that all the time, like connecting with me, sending videos, things like that as well. So, and then it's the same thing for me. Like I'm always trying to connect with other people too.
Yeah. That's why I said you got to do the podcast.
Yeah, man.
So you were telling us did you start a podcast or you were going to start a podcast back in Chicago?
I had the intention.
too.
Yes, I have all the equipment, but have not launched
it
yet.
So he was we were hanging out with a couple people this weekend. He was giving the one girl shit because she said she wanted to do something and she hadn't done it yet. And he was like, "Did you write it down? Did you put it in your calendar?" She was like, "No, I didn't do it."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Well, you're not going to do it then. Do it. Put it in your calendar." Bitch, have you talked?
Take out your phone right now and commit to it because people won't otherwise.
I know.
Because you're in a habit of saying, "I'll do it later."
Yeah.
And that's what people do because we're a product of our habits, which lead to patterns, which leads to results.
Yeah.
Most people try to change the result, but they never change the thinking underneath it. And that's the challenge. And you do that by taking action immediately.
Have you talked to her?
Yeah, she actually sent it.
She did it?
Yeah, she sent it to me last night. She said, what'd she say? I practice what I preach or something like that. Yeah.
I don't know her well. I've only met her a couple times too, but she seems like that type that would do it and not just BS it.
Totally. And sometimes we just need someone to kick our ass and say, do it right now.
Yeah.
Like, you're better than this. And I have people in my life that do that to me all the time.
Yeah.
And that's the process of just being sharpened constantly.
Yeah.
Being around people and also helping others. Because if you want something, give to it.
Yeah. See, I like that shit.
Yeah, totally.
I like when people are like, well, fucking do it. Oh, you didn't do it? Like, or I think I'm going to start doing yoga. Like I started doing yoga. I've been telling everyone who will listen how much I love yoga because now I'm a yogi for 2 weeks. But like I've always been like, I should do more yoga. Yeah. And I just did it.
You should all over yourself.
Yeah, basically.
I should do this. I should do that.
Yeah.
And you don't because you're in a habit of just thinking about it.
Yeah.
And thinking about it leads to never doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even with that, it's like I gotta go there and I gotta do these poses and I'm gonna suck and I don't like it doesn't excite me.
I actually I'm doing CrossFit right now. I'm not a huge CrossFit fan. Don't believe in all of it, but like it actually feels good to suck at something.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know, like to be super challenged and it's like that's where you grow.
Yeah.
So I always try to find environments and it's uncomfortable. Like
come to sweat yoga with me.
Okay. Cool.
But you'll suck at that shit. I'm sure.
I did yoga for like about a year and a half. So
yeah,
it helped me with some old injuries and stuff like that.
I feel so good.
Yeah.
Like my back, my neck.
I need to go back for sure.
It's right. It's literally across the street here.
Done.
Yeah.
It's in my calendar.
Deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think for me, it's been huge.
Yeah.
That's why I always preach it.
For sure.
What do you think the biggest thing for you moving out to LA is? Because you could have done the same stuff in Chicago. You could have stayed there.
Energy, man.
Yeah.
Of course I could. I could do this. I could go to, the smallest town in Alabama and do this.
Yeah.
But it's about who you're around. Just like this conversation right here. Everything out here is life-giving. From the sun, from the beach, from the vibe of like just nature out here. But it's like people here are doing something.
Yeah.
They're going for what they want to. So like you're in video editing and it has nothing to do with my business. Well, I do some of that, but it's like, but I can learn from you and how you're building your business.
Sure.
And hopefully I can return that favor and do that.
Yeah.
So you're constantly being sharpened out here. And like, or you might meet someone in a coffee shop that's, working in a hedge fund or whatever it is. It's completely separate from what you're doing, but you can still pick up and learn from them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I would say that's the biggest thing out here is just the energy and it's a healthy hustle.
Yeah. How are you trying to, I guess, gather that and get into it and immerse yourself in LA? Because I mean, you only knew, I guess you knew like us and Lauren, but we'd never hung out. I'd never had a 5-minute conversation, maybe like a minute and a half, like, dude, you're in here from Chicago kind of thing.
It's been crazy. Like I said, I feel like I've been here 5 years already and it's been less than a month.
Yeah.
Because it's just, the people here are just so willing to give. And it's like, just welcome into this community.
I think you picked the right people to talk to because it's not everybody's like that.
No. But I mean, even like outside of your crew, it's like, I've been to a couple events. I try to go to like different networking events, like met a couple guys who are like, hey, come to this event. I'm like, sure, let's go. And it's been the same experience for me at those other events with different circles of people.
Yeah. Yeah. Outside of fitness?
Yeah.
Or is it mostly fitness stuff?
Some like form of fitness is always involved.
Yeah.
But it's a bunch of different avenues and different people doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I try to go to like one of those events. I actually got to book one for this week. Got to figure that out. Getting my computer stolen last night didn't help too much. So
yeah,
I figure that out.
Yeah, welcome to LA with that.
Although you come from Chicago, he was in the city in Chicago too. Now you're in the like kind of in the burbs out here in LA.
Totally, it's like my LA story now. I was on the couch in Chicago, broke as heck, working at a restaurant. I get my computer stolen out here in LA.
Yeah, so. That's rough though.
Yeah. That is rough.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what are you gonna do about it?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna.
You have to buy a new computer. What you gonna do?
Totally. Yeah. Actually, I hate that phrase. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people say it because, there is stuff in your life that you can't control, but you can always do something about it. It has like a sense of apathy. Well, it's like, I'm 50 pounds overweight. It is what it is. Like, no.
Sure.
You can always do something about it. So I had, I just journaled this morning of like my thought process. I woke up like feeling like this shame and embarrassment that like this happened to me. But what it really turned into was like, as I journaled through it, was like, no, actually, like I have a great community of people. Like I'm not going to be like out in it because it's just like you got to change the way you think about things. It's all about perspective. So it was kind of cool. I come to the end of my journaling and it's like I put together like a process for people to work through stuff like that they're going through. So it's like feel the feelings. Yeah. Like you're feeling this. Like, so why do you feel that way? I think most people though, they mask it with something like whether it's, alcohol or drugs or women or going out and they don't ever feel it. It's like, well, why are you really feeling this way? And then write it down, because when you write it down, there's a power in that. They say you retain 80% more information that you actually write down. It's crazy. And then create a plan for it and then take action.
Pull that up.
Yeah,
there you go.
So create a plan, then take action on it.
Yeah. So what's your plan?
So I mean,
buy a computer.
Yeah, exactly.
Take your ass to the Apple store. Ooh,
well, one thing I realized I could do was like start creating more posts. Like if you don't have the cash for it right now, do something that you can do for that. But then got to get an ID, got to handle that, got to handle the credit card situation. Lost the whole 9, man.
Yeah.
So
how do you
the wallet and credit card thing is more of like a hassle than
such a hassle, dude.
Yeah.
I just feel bad.
You can go buy a computer, but then you have like your license, credit card, you got to cancel them.
And then my journal was in there as well. It's just like, gosh, man.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah. But
could you like put it like a post out there on like Facebook or something like, hey, I don't care if you stole it, like all my other shit, just give me my journal back, man.
Exactly. And then the bag I had it in, 2 of my clients from Chicago bought it for me, so it had like sentimental value as I was leaving. So whatever, man.
Yeah. You try to contact the police at all? Or
yeah,
no?
They came out.
They have cameras in those areas?
Not really.
No.
I mean, it's kind of like the wilderness.
Yeah.
So next time you go to the Culver City steps, are you just rocking your bag with the computer in there? Are you gonna take it up with you next time? Maybe that
park at the top.
Maybe you should have just taken it.
I'm just gonna like booby trap it next time. Like rig up a grenade in there.
Pretend like you're leaving this time. Like, drop a bag in there, leave, and then just like turn around and watch.
Or like a can of paint or something like that. Or or ink.
Yeah, that's a weird, because it's a weird spot for that to happen too. Because if you don't know Culver City, the Culver City steps, it's not like it's super populated around there.
Yeah.
You usually go there to go to
But
the
it wasn't
steps
like
to the
super
view.
like isolated either. Like there's a road with tons of cars going past.
Yeah,
and that's
yeah,
where
yeah. But there's not a lot of foot traffic. Is what I'm
Exactly.
saying. It's like you go there to do that.
It's not like it's at a mall or something
Yeah.
like
No.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Not
probably
ideal.
just sit there to watch people because they know it's going to take you 20 minutes to walk up the
At
stairs
least.
and then
that is
20
so
down.
genius. I
Yeah.
didn't think
So
about that
you
part
got-
of
And
it.
they
you,
got
you
40
can't
minutes
see
to
your
get
car
through.
either where it's parked
Right,
at from the
right.
top. So
Wow.
Wow, we should be breaking
Yeah,
cars
there's a
there for
business
sure.
right there.
you guys want to do some B&E later?
Yeah.
You know?
Dude, that's
I didn't even think
genius.
about that. How
Yeah, you can't see it, and it takes time. They know you're gone at least for 30, 40
I
minutes.
bet you they were watching us the whole time too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Waited for us to make sure that no other cars or anything was around. And
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. They were
Lauren's
in
got to
and
get her
out.
car fixed. Like,
Yeah.
she's probably in a worse spot. Maybe not.
Well, I mean, they said it's like $300 to fix the window,
Hmm.
and it's a hassle.
the hassle more than
Hassle,
anything.
yeah,
Right, insurance
yeah.
might cover it, depending where she's
Yeah.
at. But yeah, more hassle again.
Totally.
Well, enough of that.
Yeah.
What do you think you will be in the next 6 months, biz-wise? Like, what's upcoming? What are you changing? What are you doing? What are you planning?
Yeah, my goal in the next month, which is computer getting lost, kind of hampered that a little bit
Sure.
right now. But want to have my program completely automated to the point where I can focus on other things, like focus on doing events. I want to do
Okay.
these destination retreats where people get away and they truly change their mindset. Because when you get out of your normal routine, you change the way you think.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you can go do a class or go to like a workshop in an afternoon, but when you truly like get out of your element, get out of your comfort zone,
Yeah.
and then you get around other people who have the same energy going after the same thing, that's where you truly implant new thought patterns into your brain. So I want to do that, really build from there, give great experiences for people where they can really transform their lives that way.
Okay.
So I want to do that, and then really just solidify my business, have a team working for me as well, have another part-time coach that's helping with mindset and things like that, and then have a sales team. So that's what I want to do in the next 6 months.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's
Yeah.
a lot.
Are you thinking of anything locally here in LA to grow, or what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, next month I want to start doing some more weekly like boot camp style
Okay.
things, head down to the beach,
Mm-hmm.
2, maybe 3 days a week to build community, but also give people a great experience. Because the beautiful thing about LA is you don't have to worry about the weather here.
Never.
Never.
I can go
But-
outside every single day.
You can, but if it's 50 degrees outside,
Uh-huh.
Other people, yeah.
people ain't showing up.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll
Man,
get
we
that.
gotta-
Depending
we
on
gotta
the
toughen
kid.
them up a little
You
bit.
get some LA people like that for sure.
Yeah, there's a little LA,
Yep.
LA softness.
Bring your sweatshirts, guys.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But essentially, you can be outside 350 days a year.
Yeah.
No, that's exactly how one of our buddies owns a gym. Have you been to Box and Burn yet?
No.
Box and Burn
Yeah.
has 2 gyms, one in Santa Monica, one in Brentwood. They were like the #1 gym in California, voted like they're
Sick.
it's like boxing but fitness boxing
Okay.
type of stuff. Cardio based.
Kind of like
everything.
Rumble.
Yes, ish. Not
Ish.
as
I think Rumble's more,
But
they have,
they'll
like
get
a lot
you
more
on-
bags and stuff. And
Rumble
Yeah.
minus the club feel.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
This is more like fitness, actually like athlete type workout.
Okay.
I would.
Cool.
I would
they'll get
equate
you on
to.
the mitts and they'll do.
Right.
But it's
yeah.
all like similar-ish.
But that's where
I
they
like
started
it.
on the bluffs, on the beach. Basically, this guy who started it is a bronze medal winner in the
Okay.
Olympics from the UK. Ended up coming over here to try to pursue his professional boxing career.
Mhm.
Broke both of his hands. He tells the story way better
Dang.
than I do with a way better accent. Broke both of his hands.
couldn't even
Accents
button.
make everything cooler.
I know, way cooler.
I think he said I couldn't even button me trousers.
Yep, he said that. And then so he ended up applying for a job. He said he's never had a job in his life, but he has a bronze medal for being a boxer. So
Crazy.
he goes out, go to 24-hour fitness. I think it was Beverly Hills, and said, "Hey, I just want to bring boxing to 24-hour fitness and be like a trainer." And they ended up finding someone who's more qualified than him. So he's like, all right,
Quote,
fuck this.
unquote.
Yeah, fuck this. I'll just start my own stuff out
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
beach. So he started boot camp on the beach, grew that into 2 massively successful gyms, and I'm sure they're opening more.
Well,
Yeah.
and then he's got an online academy.
Online
and-
academy now too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you need a blend of it. Like, while online you can reach more people,
Yeah.
people come for information and value, but they stay for community.
Sure.
Definitely.
So building that
you
in
never know
person
who
as
you're
well.
going to meet too. Like having those group fitness or whatever down
Totally.
in LA, you might
Yeah.
get a
I mean,
client
I
who doesn't know
picked
somebody.
up my last 2 clients. One was one who trained with me in Chicago like 2 years ago. She's
Yeah.
lost 109 pounds,
Damn.
and she basically wants to get over that hump because she's getting married in March.
Yeah.
And then another one was she's up in San Diego, and I did an event with her 2 years ago, and she said, "Hey, I saw that you just moved to California, and I needed some more help in my fitness journey. Can you help me?" And I was like, "Of course, let's go."
Yeah. Right.
So the point is like getting in front of people, getting around people. That's people do business with people they know and like and trust.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. I guess we do a little bit of random reach out, but usually it's people we know, or if we have shoots or we're doing stuff with brands, it's like we have people that we know if it fits what the brand's looking for, like we have our go-tos that we know will be good, we know will fit, we know will be cool to work with. Just no bullshit, no diva shit.
Yep.
Like it'll be good, clean, fun work.
For sure.
Well, Mr. Nate.
Yes, sir.
I think that is our time for today.
Let's do it.
We appreciate it. We'll have to check back in a couple months.
I appreciate being on, man.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.